Today the topic is Twitter, and I personally don't get it. I've heard that people call Twitter a stream, a river, a stream that's running throughout the day, and people are throwing comments in, and so I'm struggling with it, and so I wanted to talk to a few folks who are really into Twitter and get their perspectives on what they're gaining from it.
How and why do you use Twitter?
Wow, how and why do I use Twitter personally? For me, Twitter is my kind of a primary communication tool for all the fun stuff that I do in life. It's really an extension of my brand, which is largely based on my personality. So for me, it's not about making sales, it's not about trying to acquire friends or followers or anything crazy like that. It's just a way for me to talk out loud to the people who choose to follow me.
And what makes it effective?
Well, when you're doing it for personal reasons like I am, measuring the effectiveness is kind of as long as people respond, as long as I get retweets when I say something funny or I get accolades when I say something witty, then I judge that as successful to me. Now, I also use Twitter for some business aspects, and there it's more of a broadcast mechanism where people have signed up and said, I want to learn about the things you do, and I'm going to follow that individual Twitter stream for you. I measure that probably not as well as I should. I do lots of different communications methods, but you can measure and see how many times people actually follow the links that you're posting out, how many times things you post get retweeted, and a variety of other methods.
And how often during the day do you check it?
Oh, wow. I've really kind of pared down just because I've got so much going on during the day. It's typically I check twice a day. I check it in the morning and then I spend a couple of hours on it at night.
Why I use Twitter is just to talk. It's a vehicle for me to have conversations that cut across geographic and cut across technical boundaries, so I can talk to communities that I have interest in no matter where they are in the world. And I think that also answers kind of the how. I'm very conversational. I use it more for personal than for business. If you follow me, you get a huge mix of personal interest, business interest, and a very flatulent dog that I have. You get a little bit of everything.
And what makes it effective?
What makes it effective is the scalability and the discoverability. So I can see something on Twitter, retweet it, 10 people see that, they'll pass it on, 10 more people see that. Their reach is incredible. And the discoverability. I can look for somebody who's interested in a topic, say improv, say social media, a recent movie. I can search for it and find people immediately that share a common interest that are part of that virtual community.
And during the course of the day, when do you use it?
I don't use it at a particular time so much as I use it in a particular point in my sort of mental cycle. I found that it's very interrupting if I'm trying to really focus. So when I'm doing tasks that allow me to kind of shift back and forth, maybe knocking off some email or I'm taking a break, sort of like going to the virtual water cooler. That's when I'm going to go out and engage on Twitter and see what people are saying.
For me personally, I use it for research a lot. So I follow very smart thought leaders. I go on there at least once or twice a day and I'm reading what they're posting, reading their blogs, learning, and then also engaging. Just trying to develop my network of people that are like-minded I can learn from and share ideas with.
And what makes it effective?
Honestly, it's very timely. Twitter is just fantastic at that, where people are finding an interesting article and they're tweeting about it. And usually I can find articles via Twitter to blogs faster than I can find them from national large publication like the Wall Street Journal and those kind of sites.
And how often do you do it during the day?
That's really hard. So I actually do 3 times a day. I get up in the morning, I spend about an hour from like 7 to 8-ish, middle day during lunch, and then the afternoon. But I have my mobile phone, and so I'm constantly monitoring things, checking in between meetings, looking at mentions, and finding interesting content. If I find an interesting article, I share that quite often during the day, but I'm pretty structured where 3 times a day I'm going onto Twitter and seeing what's going on.